Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to our channel. Welcome to this family where everybody is somebody. Yes, you're welcome. If you have been with me all this while, thank you for staying with me. And if you're just tuning in for the first time, God bless you. Yes. Today we want to talk about the eyes of the mind. If you have not seen that my video yet, I made a video a long time ago, and I titled it as Power of the Mind. So today I want to talk to us again about the eyes of the mind. You see, these our physical eyes can only see what is before us. It takes people with extraordinary eye to see what is beyond. But when your mind is sharpened, your mind is opened, you will see things beyond physical. You will see things that others don't see. And you begin to live a life of faith. And you begin to live a life of miracle. But when your mind is blind, then your eye cannot see anything. You will only be going up and down, taking life the way it came. When you have the eyes, when the eyes of your mind is seen, you see clearer, you see better. You will know that your sickness is not unto death. You will know that your case that is before police or before the court is not going to be a negative one, but you will get positive results. When your mind of the mind of your eyes, the eyes of your mind is seen, it will show you, you will see that where you are now is just an introduction. It's a starting point. Yes. When the mind of your eye, the eyes of your mind is seen clearly, you will be seeing the purpose of God in your life. No situation or circumstance of life will take you unawares, and it will not defeat you. You will not give in to defeat, and you will see that all the Goliath in your life, they will fall. But when the eyes of your mind is blind, you begin to live by confession of what is on ground, what you are seeing. Hey oh, I have no job. I am jobless. I don't have husband. I don't have boyfriend. I don't have wife. I am a widow. I am a widower. I am sick. This sickness has been here for many years. This sickness, I know it is something that this is an arrow from my enemies, and I know this sickness is going to kill me. You begin to confess negative things. Remember the man at the pool of Bethesda. When Jesus met him lying on the mat near the pool, Jesus asked him a question. He said, "Are you willing to be made whole?" What was the response of the man? He said, "Master, if only you know how I have been suffering in this place. Whenever the angel step into the water, another man will step in before me. Before I could even crawl to drag myself, you know, this my leg has been paralyzed. This my hand is not moving very well. You know, I'm only managing to lie down on my back. By the time I say, okay, let me try and roll over, the another man will step into the water before me. And until another year again, I have been lying down in this place for 18 years. Jesus now said, are you willing to be made whole? The man say, Master, you don't understand what I am telling you. See, the situation, my condition, this my situation, my circumstance is very serious. It is a very tedious situation. You understand? What I am trying to explain to you is that for 18 good years, I've been lying down in this place. I don't have anybody. I don't have wife. I don't have children. I don't have family. They have all abandoned me. As I'm lying down here now, to enter this pool now is a problem because my body is not strong. I cannot be fast enough to enter that water whenever angels come. Jesus asked him again, are you willing to be made whole? He said, yes, I'm willing, but I cannot step into that water. But because of the mercy of God, what happened? Jesus said, stand up. Take up your bed and walk. From this analysis I've given you guys now, let us look at it. Are you willing to be made whole? He was ranting, he was explaining, he was expatiating. You know, he was discussing his problem as if he's writing an essay. Then Jesus asked him again, ignored his ignorance, and asked him again, are you willing to be made whole? He said, Master, you don't understand what I am saying. What I am explaining to you is that this sickness that you are seeing in my body, it's not today. It's not today. This sickness has been here for a long time. Nobody to help me. That is why I'm here, because I cannot enter the water. All these answers, he never said yes. But at the third question, Jesus said, are you ready to be made whole? In the process of answering, he answered the question. He said, yes, I am ready to be made whole, but see, before I enter the water, another man will enter before me. I don't have anybody. Jesus just jumped and overlooked all the protocols of his lack of, the eye of his mind was not seeing the possibility of being healed. He was operating in the physical. He was looking at his environment. And God does not look at your environment to bless you, to heal you, to set you free, to kill your enemies, to defeat them, to demote people, to enthrone you. So, Jesus said, rise up, carry your bed, you are healed. And the man, he was made whole at that moment, at that minute. You see? It is very important for us to have faith. I once watched one American movie where a guy said, I've forgotten the title of that movie, but the guy said, I will not die today. I am not going to die today. I will not die today. What are you saying to your situation? And in that movie, people were just dying, like they were just falling down like pack of cats. You know, they were dying. The bullets was bringing people down. People were just dying by all means. Bombs, grenade, people were just dying. But the guy said to his friends, those ones that have not fallen, he said, I will not die today. And he made it alive. He was the only one that made it from that camp. He did not die. Why? Because that was a confession of faith. He was seeing from his heart that he has life to live ahead of him. He will not die. What are you saying to your situation? Are you saying that that side chick is going to overthrow you from your home? Are you saying that your wife is going to leave you? That there's not going to be reconciliation in your home? Are you saying that you're not going to have a child? Don't you know that the word of God said, and it is written concerning you, that none shall be barren in the land? Yes. Haven't you heard that it is written that, behold, I'm the God of all flesh. Is there anything impossible unto me? Nothing is impossible unto God. But the eyes of our mind is what is preventing the purpose of God from being fulfilled in our lives. Yes. Let the mind of your eyes be open. I mean, the eyes of your mind. I don't know why I'm mistaking this thing. Please try to understand me. Okay? Once the eyes or the eye of your mind is opened, you will see possibilities where others are seeing impossibility. You will see breakthrough where others are breaking down. Because it is written, when others shall say there is a casting down, ye shall say there is a lifting up. Do you rugume that word of God? Yes, let me speak outside to you. Do you know what is rugume? To rungume, that is to embrace. Do you embrace that word of God? If you don't believe it, it will not work for you. When you believe it, it will work for you. Okay? Alright, guys. I don't want to talk much concerning this particular topic. Please let us sharpen the eye of our mind so that we can see clearly. Okay? Alright, guys. Thank you. Bye. Have a wonderful day.